Welcome back. We've got breaking news. We're getting reports into Fox Business that President Trump is on the phone with China's Xi Jinping. They are holding a phone call about the framework deal for TikTok. The call began at 8 a.m. Eastern, and we assume they're still talking right now. We are waiting on details out of this call on whether or not TikTok and the framework of a deal is playing out, or any new information on a trade situation, rare earth minerals and chips with China. So we will bring you the very latest on this call on TikTok between President Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping. They are on the phone right now. Meanwhile, popular buy now, pay later platform Klarna debuted on the New York Stock Exchange last week. The stock was priced at $40 a share. It jumped 30% on day one, trading as high as $57 a share. Before closing up 15%, the stock is now at $45.02. Major gains over the last week. Its $15 billion valuation hit $17 billion on the first day of trading. Joining me now is the co-founder and managing partner, Mattias Ljungman. Mattias, great to have you this morning. Congratulations on this deal. I want to know more about Klarna. You have said that it will have a broad impact on European and global technology markets. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I think it's a great day and a real celebration of Klarna itself and for the founders who've been building this business for the last 20 years. And I think it is part of what we've seen as a wave of good and strong IPOs that have been happening both in the US and now also in Europe. And it's a really unique moment, in terms of taking a company IPO and building their presence in the US market, where they started a few years back, and now they're there and building it out across the whole country with really unique offering that they started off in Europe, where today they're in 26 countries, 111 million customers, and 800,000 merchants, of 200,000 of which they brought on board just this last year.
So you are the co-founder of Moonfire. What is your relationship to Klarna?
Oh, so I invested into Klarna 13 years ago when I helped found another fund called Atomico, where we were an early investor, and it was amazing to meet those founders. Three really smart, tenacious founders that came out of university and decided to take on the payment systems of the large, enormous payment rails that we have from MasterCard and Visa, and both of them have valuations of $520 billion at MasterCard and $660 billion of Visa, and so they started small, but today it's a big company that has done its IPO, but it's quite clear that this is only the beginning for that company.
Mattias, I want to get your take on the impact on the major banks, because so many fintechs are giving major banks real competition, and this buy now, pay later sector has taken market share from the major banks. How does Klarna compete with the big banks or the payment giants like a Visa or a MasterCard?
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, so they are offering something that's unique. Today they have better data. They also have a deeper integration with the merchants. And lastly, they also have a deep relationship with the end customer. And I think that's where they've done a great job. They have that customer relationship where they understand in more detail what they're doing, what their customer journey is, what sort of products that they like. And they're also offering them something unique. They're offering them, you can pay right away, you can decide to pay later, and the cost of paying later is being taken by the merchant. The merchant's happy to do it because it's a incredible conversion tool for them. And then finally, if you like, you can have other solutions like paying on credit and so on. And so this flexibility of being able to do what they want to do when they want to do it, and ultimately be sort of smart shoppers, has really resonated with that end user, which I think banks have missed out on. They haven't built that relationship, and neither has MasterCard or Visa. So I think it's a unique opportunity for a company like Klarna to build that relationship and build something bigger, which is why they're also launching their own neobank. So they already have a solution. They've been a bank coming out of Europe for since 2017,
Yeah.
and they're also doing the same in the U.S.
Right. They've got a banking license abroad. And so they can offer savings accounts to customers in many countries in Europe. So you can see how the competition's only going to heat up with the major banks. But Mattias, I mean, during COVID, we saw this kind of payment structure very popular, buy it now, pay it later. Do you expect you're going to see the same kind of interest now that we're years away from COVID?
Absolutely. I mean, I think, like I said, this is a really powerful tool. It allows customers to have choice and allows them to spread out their payments. Rather than having it, let's say you're back to school and you have a bunch of payments that you need to make today, and the merchant is very happy to give you that special opportunity or discount, and so you can pay over a period of time, and they'll take the cost of that interest payment. And I mean, 7% of Klarna's customers are using that pay later. So that's really the solution that they've had more than just plain credit. So it's something unique.
Yeah. Well, it also is certainly a sign of the times. And you wonder if it does indicate the consumer is a little more strained or stressed than people know if they want to buy something and pay it later, right? I mean, do you get an indication that the customer base is stretched when it comes to their own finances?
I think it's more that people have realized there are smarter ways to shop.
Okay.
And being able to, and I think the merchants are very happy to offer it. They're just like, well, this makes sense to us because we want to convert that cart that they haven't, that has been problematic to do seamlessly, and Klarna offers them that option.
All right. We will leave it there. Mattias, great to have you. Congrats on another success. And this IPO, we'll be watching the entire segment. Mattias Ljungman joining us from Moonfire. Thank you, sir.